The 2009 film Three Idiots is an absolute gem. This is certainly a cult classic, some great character development, an awesome story, and some superb acting as well. Even more than 15 years later, this one is still worthwhile for anyone out there who is curious to check this one out. Now granted, I didn't hear about this movie until last year, and here we are 1 year later. And I have to say, after rewatching this is some brilliant filmmaking. So the story of this one is that both Raju and Farhan, they are looking for their friend Rancho 10 years later after all three of them had graduated from college. And from there, it's a hilarious adventure about friends reminiscing about their past and of course the struggles that they went through when they was in college. Yeah, this is a very relatable movie for anyone that's been to college because I personally know the stresses of not just passing your classes, but also not trying to be overwhelmed by it either. I think we all can learn from this movie because, well, there are some powerful themes here. Friendship, love, the pursuit of happiness. Along with both happy and sad moments that had me crying more than once because I was generally invested with the story. The legacy of this one speaks for itself. It has won so many awards. It's still talked about today. The social impact is extraordinary. And quite frankly, it's also one of the best Bollywood movies I have ever seen as well. But what really helps this film stand out are the characters. Rancho, he's very likable here. He comes off as brilliant, but also that he don't let college get to him. Even with everything that goes on within this film, he still is a standout. He has some great friends in the form of Raju and Farhan. For Farhan, he wants to become a photographer, but his father is very strict, saying, no, you'll become an engineer. His father doesn't realize he's actually making his son quite sad. And not just that though, there's also Raju. He wants to become a very successful person, but he has the added pressure of being in college. And then what makes matters worse is they all have to deal with Dr. Virus. This guy, he's mean. He's almost like a dictator. I mean, it's so bad. He really is one of the reasons why Raju tried to take his own life later on in this movie. He really doesn't learn the error of his ways till near the end, and actually had to take a whole lot for him to get there. Now, Pia, the love interest of Rancho, I mean, she's shown up and then she disappears once again. This is really the friendship between all three of the main characters. But what I really love about this is that even though 10 years has passed, they still have that powerful friendship. Shartir is another character I just could not stand. This guy, he was such a prick to everybody. Even more than 10 years later, he says, look at my fancy house. Look at my $1 million car. Like, seriously, he didn't change at all in that time span. He didn't get good character development. Unlike Dr. Virus, who actually became a good guy near the end of the film, this guy, he stayed the same. When it comes to the music, All Is Well is definitely a banger. Like, seriously, first time I heard this song, I was just jamming because it's so relatable. You say the same, it actually works. All is well. And, you know, I think there's a lot to that meaning, not to let life stress you out. But more importantly, knowing that family and friends can be there for you even during your darkest times. At the end of the day, without a doubt, one of the best movies from the late 2000s. Great character development and a story that is relatable to a whole lot of people out there. I'm giving this film a 9 out of 10. I generally don't have any complaints about this. Even the nearly 3-hour runtime is actually used pretty well. We learn about these characters, and quite frankly, I just like everything in this one because it's that great in my opinion. And that's my review of Three Idiots. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.
जाके बोल लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल होटो को करके गोल सीटी पर जाके बोल मिलेगी क्या जाने अंडे का क्या होगा, अरे लाइफ मिलेगी या तवे पे फ्राई होगा, कोई ना जाने अपना फ्यूचर क्या होगा।